today we have a very, very special guest. This guest is one of the reasons we do Habesha Connection. He's one of those guys that we believe is doing a very, very impressive thing outside the community that can inspire the community, the youth. And we're watching, and he's doing really good. And this is where we appreciate the brother for coming in, giving us his time. Please welcome Nathan.
Come on.
How's it going, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah?
I had a busy day today. But now I get to chill, have a nice convo. So,
There you go. This is what I like. Very, very... You know what? Before we get into the nitty-gritty, right? You're very relaxed, chill, well-spoken, right?
Appreciate that. Thank you.
How did you... First of all, I want to tell everybody who this guy is. No, actually, I'm not. He's going to introduce himself, what he does. Because we all know what he does. I'm sure everybody know. Trim-it&been. So I'm going to let him introduce himself. Nice and proper. We're going to give him that crown.
Yeah, so my name's Nathan. I co-founded a company called Trim-it, which is a mobile barber service that's powered by an app. Also, I'm a designer, architectural and interior designer. Yeah, man, I just had to get my hands in different things, innit?
We love it. No, we love it. We love it. Before Trim-it, we've seen it everywhere around London.
Yeah.
Right? How did you get involved?
How did I get involved with Trim-it? I mean, so I was at uni, and my business partner was also a good friend of mine from maybe year 7. He hit me up in it, and at that time it wasn't like a mobile barber service. It was like a marketplace platform for people to find their local barbers in the area and just book with them. We kind of built that based on our own frustrations. I think a lot of man them do know what it's like to wait hours in the barbershop on a weekend, and you got maybe a date, or you just got to link up the man them or whatever. So I think from that frustration that we had, we thought, we need to build something that makes this common issue go away, innit? So found that gap in the market, and we built this app in it. But from there, I guess at some point we realized it wasn't really working for different reasons, but essentially it required a cultural shift, and because it's not our barbershops, we couldn't actually control the experience inside. So we decided to kind of create our own barbershops, and that's when we noticed there was actually more barber services already out there. So we combined that idea with the concept of the app, and then Trim-it, as you know it today, was birthed. So yeah. So it was just group effort. It was teamwork. It wasn't. I wouldn't say it was one man that done it, but I think a joint effort to create this product
Collectively. But what made you personally believe it was going to work? What was it?
Yeah, I can't lie. I was more focused on my design stuff at the time.
Yeah.
I think. Sorry.
Sorry, no, that's cool.
Yeah. So at the time, I was more focused on my design stuff, and for me, it was just let's just try it.
Yeah.
Why not? And at some point, I think for me, what really made me believe Trim is actually going to do this was and when I say it's going to do this, even till today, I feel it might not work. Do you know what I mean? I'll be real. I'm not going to act like I feel it's guaranteed. But what's brought me confidence to invest my time and energy and my money into it was I guess just seeing the competence of the team. I think you can have a regular idea, but if the team is right, you evolve the product, and we did that. The business idea that we had before was all right. I think what we have now is sick.
So the team makes a difference.
Yeah, definitely, because we're does your team have grit? Does your team have a diverse skill set for what is needed to develop this business? And I think we had the right recipe, and then I think also a bit of just luck on our side as well. I think a bit of luck does go a long way. Just being able to be prepared for your opportunities, I guess. rather than luck. I think luck is just a bit like it can happen, it can't. But I
Yeah.
think we've always tried to like prepare ourselves for the next opportunity as a team. So yeah, I think that's it's at that point when I realized like what the team is doing consistently with the, like like we all doing very well like from uni, and like just we had opportunities to like work with whatever company or brands or whatever, and we put that to the side to work like on Trim-it, and because we had that kind of faith. And when you see that in the team, like where we're just dashing away a bag here, a bag there to basically just like develop something, because we feel like collectively we can do this, then it just strives, And as soon as people start investing in it, like you also realize that like other people's money are involved in it, so you got to put in extra work, because it's not just your time and effort now, or your team's effort, but it's also people's livelihood as well. So
no, that's it, because you touched the importance of work as a team. I mean,
sure,
yeah, because I think at the moment a lot of people undervalue how important it is to work in a team, and to hear this is refreshing to something that is doing very well or being successful, and to hear that how important it is collectively, it makes a big difference. And to me, is you hit it on the nail, because a lot of people out there now, they just want to be solo.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't get that far, or how important it is to have the right team to achieve your goals.
Yeah.
It's wicked to hear that. And where did it go? The first van that arrived, right? The first, like when business is done, we got the first one. How was that feeling?
First van.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember how I felt.
When you seen it,
I was excited for sure. Like I was buzzed in it, because I was excited, but I was also like fearful. There was fear with it, because it was like, okay, boom, we've actually spent money on this. I can't even remember how much we spent on.
What was the fear though? Was it the fear that could it fail?
So
or?
we put in money into this thing, right? And we already felt like we had a failed product with just the app alone, right? The marketplace platform. And then we also, before we actually went onto the van, we did actually try to like, because we felt like, because barbers were so used to the whole like having people queue up, that's why we felt like the booking app didn't work. So before we went into the mobile barber, we had like this queuing ticketing system through the app, where you can like leave the shop and then it will progress you on the queue. So it was like loads of good ideas, but it just, with the barbers, it didn't work. So that's two ideas I feel like the idea sounds amazing, sounds great, and it does make logical sense, but it just didn't work.
And practical didn't happen. Yeah.
So now it's like, now there's this third idea, and it's like,
the fear.
and we put way more money into this one, a lot more resources, and it's like, I feel like it was like the last time, if this doesn't work, like Trim-it's definitely gonna fold. Like, where do we go from here? Do you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying, like a bit of preparation and grit, but it's luck as well a little bit. So, and it worked out. So I think I was definitely more, I think if it was like the first idea, I'll be just gassed, like I'll be excited, like like let's do this kind of thing. But we definitely came out in the right way. But there was a lot of like fear. But when I started to see that like we're getting booked out on that, and especially now, I'm probably more excited about now where we franchise, because it's like we've been trying to do that for a while, and it's just been about amount of time, making sure we built up the infrastructure, the processes within the company, to be able to raise the money for this franchise that we're doing now. So right now I'm really buzzed for the company for sure.
Did the failure of the app, did you change your mind how businesses should work, or did it inspire you to go more harder? Because I feel like by the way you're talking, that failure made you more cautious, made you more see things different.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm cautious by nature. I think from young, I've always kind of like tried to assess something, and before I was never like heading first. But I feel with the nature of a startup, you're meant to be like, you're meant to move fast and break everything, right? There's no time to be slow. So I think I was already outside of my natural element. So when I'm outside of that element and I'm seeing how things are breaking and failing, I'm just like stressing out a little bit. But yeah, like I don't know, like it definitely made me more cautious. Let me just put my phone on the side. Yeah, so for sure, like I felt like I definitely approached this one a lot more cautious. Because where the other ones failed, I wanted to be able to like, because I feel like I was hopeful for Trim-it as well, innit? It's like, it's definitely something that I've worked hard on. So cautious in the sense that I wanted to just, if there's anything that I felt like wouldn't go right, I wanted to catch it early on before it was like, oh, what do we do? So caution for sure. Yeah.
But what could he beforehand, before you start and where you are now? What could you have changed the way you think or the way you do things?
Well, if I was to do trim it again now, or like if I had my brain now, how would I have done it?
Yeah. Would it be anything different?
Yeah, I would have just not done the other 2 apps. I mean, you know it is.
But then the other 2 app, because I believe anything that didn't work is actually you're learning from it, and then it's opening different doors for you.
Yeah.
I mean, you tell me in your circumstance how it was.
I think maybe less emotional decisions. So I think sometimes you don't want to let go of something because you just kind of want it to work. But sometimes just be data driven. Just like look at like the results. Okay, cool. Let's just be data driven. I think now, and I'm definitely way more process driven now as well. Like, so I like, if I feel like something's not working, rather than getting frustrated with it, I just look at the process and think, okay, why is it not working? And just try to like fix the process, innit? Like a lot of trim it is like, I think like 80% of it is logistics. Like just trying to make sure things are running smoothly and trying to create that machine. I think with businesses in general, like there's a point I feel like with any business where you crack the code and it kind of almost like operates itself a little bit. There's like a process that just runs really smoothly and it's just a lot less putting out fires.
You just said something to me, how if it's not working, check the numbers, right? Because a lot of people, sometimes they do business and it's not working. They're so stubborn, they keep putting money.
Yeah, it's dead,
it doesn't work.
It's not the way
How
forward.
important is for people to understand if it doesn't work, you know what, sometimes you just have to cut your loose and go.
I think it's imperative, innit? Because I think Trim It like done massive pivots to get to where it. I think if you're static, because nothing else is static, I think everything's quite dynamic in the way it operates and moves. I think if you can't evolve and adapt your business, and it's not like great of a business to begin with, I mean, even like big corporations, like you see what's going on with electric vehicles right now, and like how these like you know, like Volkswagen Group are like, you know, they got the Audi e-tron. They're trying to adapt and evolve and change things up for sure. Like if you're like that stubborn, like nah, like electric cars aren't gonna be coming in and changing things out. Like you're gonna be that car company that fall back. But I'm just using that example, but I think it's important for all of us in just everyday decisions just to realize, this ain't working. It's okay to like switch things up because that means you're developing and you know what I mean. Any great ideas like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important.
You come from a Eritrean background, right? What is the difference, or if you can give advice to those youngsters out there, right? What would it be? Because there are
from a cultural
perspective, because we want to give the people, because I believe we don't have that many people out there that can inspire the youngest to something that you're doing. You know, they can look at and go, you know what, it could be done. There's an Eritrean Habesha guy out there doing these things. It inspires a lot of people. What would it be that you can give them, or a message or kind of information you can pass on? What would it be?
I feel like, I guess, especially when we got like, our parents have like a certain way of seeing the world. But no, they don't understand the world that we are growing into, innit? So I think just like do your thing. Like you don't need to listen to like what your auntie and uncle and your mum are saying. If you don't want to go uni, don't go uni. Like don't go uni.
Yeah.
Like it's not that deep. Like if you think like don't be lazy. Like always work hard. But like just I think you should just think for yourself and not allow people to govern. I think a lot of people get weighed down by like culture. Like it's okay to like make like a lot of like Aries and that, like they like to have only Aries in their circles, like or like, you know, Habesha people in their circle. So I feel like it's okay to like just see what's out there and like actually like expand who you are as a person. Like don't be tied down by like what your family's saying or what the culture is saying, and that it's long. It's like you'll slow yourself down. I'm the only Habesha person in my team, but you know what I'm saying, I'm still there with my people. I'm here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna get bogged down by anything. Like, I'm trying to evolve.
What do you think it stops us though? What is it?
I think in any culture, I think culture is just about traditions, right? But I don't think traditions necessarily are. I think it keeps a sense of identity about, and I think it allows you to kind of have familiarity with people that are like you, and it's definitely important to like, so we're all here because like at the end of the day, like we're Habesha, and so we can have that connection. So it's important, but at the same time, I don't think it's the best thing for when it comes to like trying to like expand yourself and learn new things, because that's about like what's been before you. I think when you're looking at how to proceed, like you just need to expand yourself. So I think it's just the nature of culture, not so much about our culture being any specific issue. I think it's just culture in general can sometimes bog you down, innit?
Absolutely. Do you think that's got to do with our parents mainly?
With like just, I mean, do you know what it is? I know some people that went uni didn't really like the course they did and that, and I feel like that's not like Habesha culture. That's like a lot of parents in the culture that they've understood and they learned, and I think they passed it on to their kids, innit? So I think that's why I'm tackling uni, but it's not just uni. It's just in general. I think everyone just like the world we live in now has never looked like the way it has now.
Absolutely, no, it hasn't.
So
it hasn't.
At the end of the day, no one even older than me can actually tell me how to operate my thing. Like
that's actually a good point.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
that's
like,
actually.
They can advise me from big, like I can learn from the mistakes and stuff.
Yeah,
but that's as far as it goes. Like they wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like you obviously, I'm saying be data driven. Like use what's out there already to make better informed decisions. But like what we're trying to do now, like it hasn't been done before. So you know,
I don't know. Do you feel like some of us we want to please our parents instead of following our dreams, and that can hold you a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think that's a part of it. I think sometimes people look to their loved ones for a sense of confidence, and I think how do I put it? Like it's like they want to please them, but like I think also like if they don't, it make them feel bad. But like if you're like very self-assured, and that's like a main thing as well. Like if a lot of people, I think why they don't really make it is like they're not self-assured. Oh, should I? Like they're not executing on this idea with a lot of aggression because they're not fully sure if that's a thing. So like, is it to do with pleasing their parents a little bit? I think the main thing is that if you're self-assured enough, no one can tell you nothing. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So like I think maybe sometimes we forget like once you get. I feel like most people they get to a certain age, but they kind of see the flaws in their parents. I'm not saying like my parents are flawed. I'm just saying that they're not perfect. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, we're all human.
yeah. So I think as you get older, you realize that, and you just think, yeah, you know, like I'm gonna hear you out and that, but for sure, I know what I'm doing is also something that you might not fully get, and that's okay. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm like here like, bun you mum, bun you dad, man. I'm not saying any of that, but I'm just saying like I've been fortunate. Like my parents are very supportive. I think they've always like kind of had confidence in like my ability to execute. And
did that make a difference?
For sure, yeah. For me, 100%. I'm very aware of that. Like, I think my parents have always like don't get twisted. Like Trim-it, like even like was it like a year ago? My dad was like, because I was doing. I graduated from architecture and stuff, right? He said, like, so what about architecture? Like, I don't know about this Trim-it thing. But like everyone else,
because I can imagine your dad going, what from that you get into that?
Yeah, so but like for the rest of the world, it's like, Trim-it is gonna be peak. Yeah. But to my dad's like, wait, what's this Trim-it? If he don't get Trim-it properly, he still doesn't really understand it. Like, you know what I mean? I think maybe sometimes when he sees me on like BBC or something, he's like, okay, maybe there's something going on here. But other than that, that's it. Like he's not really. He knows what he knows.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
If you have to give a message to the parents, right? Like you said, fortunately your parent understood, gave you that support. Not everyone's got that, right? Especially in our community. If there was a message or to give to the parents, what would it be?
Message for the parents,
because you know what, we've got to understand them where they come from, and sometimes our duty to teach them as well.
Yeah,
you know, so they can give us some sort of understanding.
I think it's hard, innit? Because I feel every kid's different, innit? Because I want to just say, like, I think instead of trying to shape them, try to nurture them, innit? Like, they are what they are, innit? I think try to nurture them as much as you can. I think my parents did that. Like, I think it helped me. So I think it's important to, like, rather than be like, oh, they need to, like, instead of trying to tell them what to do, just try to support them and aid them what they're doing, it to the best of your ability. Not everyone has a clue of how to, like, help them kids in certain things, but I mean, like, it's not like my parents are telling me how to, like, operate Trim-it. But they just, I mean, support me in how they can. I think that's all we can do, innit?
Yeah, because look, it's like you said, you study something else, but you went to do something else in business wise.
Yeah.
A lot of parents wouldn't understand that.
Yeah.
There might be a clash.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and to hear someone like you successful,
Yeah.
it might open doors to certain parents thinking, you know what, it's possible.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I hope it does that, actually. Because, like, I know, like, sometimes, like, people feel like, people that I've spoken to feel like they definitely have to do what their parents expect of them.
Yeah.
But as I said, like, they don't get what's going on right now to that extent. Like,
Yeah.
It's a new world. Like,
I think some of the youngers, they either scared or they're worried what their parent think, so they don't actually follow their dreams. They could actually be more successful following their dreams. Yeah. So they stick to what their parent think they should do or what they study. Yeah. And like I said to you, it's very important, especially in this platform. We want people to understand, look, someone like you could be very successful, did his own thing, followed his dream, took a risk, do what you need to do. You know, we can say it, but sometimes when it comes to people, someone like you, people can take notice. Yeah. Do you get what I mean?
Well, you know what it is? I'm not saying people shouldn't, like, go to uni and do their 9 to 5. I think they're all valid pathways, innit? I'm just saying, like, if that actually doesn't bring you, because I think it's not even so much about financial success. Like, if you're not actually happy with your decisions by the end of it, it's like,
that's the point.
You know what I mean, like, it's actually, it sounds cheesy, but it's actually big facts. Like, if I'm happy being, like, at a certain position or in life, doing, like, whatever, you know what I mean? That's all that really matters. Because when, like, you know, at some point, like, you have to deep, like, if I'm happy but my parents are stressed, I'm still happy. Like, respectfully, I'm still happy, innit? Like,
sure.
Do you know what I mean? If my parents being unhappy makes me unhappy, though, I'm gonna try to do more to consider how they feel. But I'm just saying, like, I think the main focus should be.
Does it not mean that you're losing yourself as well, though?
I think if it's true to yourself if it's true to yourself to make sure that your parents are, like, because some people might feel like, oh, my parents gave me so much, the least I can do is, like, do X, Y, and Z, and that's not. I don't think.
But
that's
then
wrong.
your parents bring you up to be you, so you can be happy and live your life. They live their life.
Yeah.
So that's what I think.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, innit? I just think, like, just be true to you rather than trying to, like, fulfill other people's wishes, innit? As long as you're doing that, then it's calm, innit? That's all I'm saying, innit?
No, but it's true.
That's my thing, innit?
I mean, it's a living proof. You live that philosophy and you're doing what you're doing. What is going forward? What is the future for Nathan?
The future for Nathan. I think, obviously, to expand Trim-it worldwide is important for me. I think just like on a separate note as well, like, my design career is actually still important to me, and that's something that I'm working towards a lot more now, more than Trim-it even. I think that Trim-it, like, is run by a solid team that I have, so I'm confident with that. So I think the next step for me is definitely, like, more into creativity. I feel like I put in my years into Trim-it and I've got it to a certain position. I feel like it's okay now. Definitely, like, I appreciate that.
Good team.
Stay hydrated. As my good friend
Stay
Sean
hydrated.
But yeah. So I would say for sure, like, the design career. I'm trying to.
What do you design? What you
interior.
okay?
Yeah, and just want to go into real estate. You know what I mean? I think.
How important is that for you?
I think it's just something I enjoy, and I think it's lucrative to some degree. So,
yeah.
No,
okay, so we're gonna see some design in buildings flying with Nathan.
Yeah, hopefully.
Trim-it logo in there, and the ones like.
For sure, hopefully. We'll see. See how it goes.
Beside doing business, trim it, things that you want to do, what do you do outside work to relax, to do things? You know, people forget sometimes, you know, it's how important it is.
Yeah. So obviously I just came back from the gym. So I definitely had to exercise, especially like since the whole lockdown and the pandemic. Like I actually love gym. You know, like I'll be lazy.
Yeah.
This time I have not lacked off at all. Like I've actually been going consistently. Apart from when I'm actually like have no energy to go. That's the only time I'm not going. So yeah, traveling. I like to like see different places. You know, even now I haven't really been traveling like abroad too much, but I've gone like Wales twice. Like I tried to go outside London, Cambridge, whatever. I just tried to like, you know, just expand my horizon in that way. So, and yeah, man, just chilling, friends, family, you know, the usual.
The usual thing.
Yeah, I think that one's important as well, man.
Traveling, is anywhere, any places like travel around the world?
I think I can say what my favorite place is. I think it might be Atlanta.
Really? Why?
Because I got like I go there with my cousin and he's got like his family there and that, like his cousins and stuff. And I think whenever you go to places where like there's peoples there already, like I don't like being a tourist. Like I want to do like what the locals are doing. I want to like see what's
the
popping.
local who's
yeah. That's what I prefer to do. So yeah, like I think Atlanta's probably the best place. And I think close second, America, innit? Because I like Vegas as well. Vegas was lit. I'll turn up in Vegas.
Turn up in Vegas. Yeah. That's wicked. Is there anyone that inspired you, or do you have anybody you look up to?
Yeah. So right now, my friends inspire me a lot. Which is, I think, is always a great thing. I feel like if the people are closest to you...
Hold on. You said your friend inspired you.
My friends.
Your friends,
yeah,
right?
my circle.
See, before you go no further, how important it is what you just said. Because a lot of people out there, they get inspired by celebrities and stuff. And to hear someone is successful to say, I get inspired by my friends, people don't realize how important that is. Sometimes we're so caught up on the social media or on the mad world, we're just too busy getting inspired by certain celebrities. We don't even know why we get inspired. You know what I mean? To me, that you just hit it on the nail. So I'll let you continue with that.
You know, I feel like I've always been more inspired by people that the more I can relate, the more I'm gonna be inspired. And I always just feel like so all of my friends are like, not all of my friends, but like a lot of my friends are like doing their own thing and they're just excelling at it, like their own businesses. So I think. Like whenever I have like an idea or anything, I'm going straight to my boys about it. I'm like, yo, like, this is what I'm trying to do. Yo, like, how do you think I should execute on this best? Get their take on it. You know, I've got friends in like Daily Paper. I've got friends that are, you know, that have their own tech startup. Like, you know, I've got one that like does like, you know, he combines like design and code and like he's just cold. Like, so I think I've got a lot of those friends doing cool things like. I think I got 3 people I'll say that inspire me the most, and 2 of them are my close friends. So my business partner Darren definitely inspires me like a lot. I think he's my closest friend as well. So it's good that one of the people closest to me inspires me a lot. I think my guy Josh for sure. He owns a creative agency called Pack. So for me, the reason why he specifically inspires me is because he's a creative just like me, but he's an entrepreneur just like me. And I feel like he's a bit older than me, and he's just kind of, he's shown me how the two worlds can work together so well. And like he's there, like he's just cold. Like I always chop it up with him when it comes to like my design and stuff like that. So yeah, he collaborates with like Nike, Razor Nephew. He's just his agency is doing a lot. They're the ones that actually are behind the branding for Trim-it as well.
Brilliant,
so
brilliant.
All the visuals that you see from Trim-it,
that's it.
His agency.
Yeah, no, that's it. Because a lot of people have friends doing well, but they don't get inspired by their own friend. Yeah. I don't know where it is.
You know, I think that the reason why I'm so close to them is because they inspire me so much. You know?
Yeah, that's refreshing to hear it, and it's amazing because I'm always encouraging people. You know, you should get inspired by people around you that are doing well. Yeah. You know, that's what we should be doing. But sometimes people don't have, I don't know, the energy or where it is. They don't get inspired by their own friend, even knowing their friend is doing well.
Yeah.
Or they don't want to give them that accolade to say, you know what, I'm inspired by my own friend.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
You know what it is? I'll be true to me,
Yeah.
I think for me, if I'm rolling with man that don't inspire me, it starts to like make me feel bare like what's going on? Like I don't know how to explain it. Like I feel a bit depressed. Like
Yeah.
I'm thinking like what am I doing chilling here? Like these men aren't on what I'm trying to do.
Yeah,
Like, so
yeah.
I start feeling a bit, and I know some men do feel like that. So
Yeah.
I try to escape that feeling in it. And I feel like when I'm around like greatness, it makes me feel like I'm doing great as well. So even from an emotional aspect, like it puts me in a better place and it allows me to be more driven in it. I feel like if I'm around people that aren't really as focused on what they're trying to do, then it'll rub off on me, and I don't want to feel like that. So I think it's very important for someone like me, anyways, like that I'm around people that are like.
It makes sense. To be great, you should be surrounded around greatness.
Yeah. I'll start feeling weird. Like it happened like recently. Like I went on a night out, but we ended up like chilling with like a batch, and the conversations that were going on were just like it made me feel like no, I'm trying to leave. Like this ain't.
It's not for you.
This ain't my function, like, for sure. So, and you know what is? It's gonna sound extreme in it, but it made me feel so. It's just one night, and it made me feel so weird that I actually from Sunday to Tuesday, my phone wasn't with me. Like I put it away and I was just banging at work. I just felt I need to, because I felt like I must be doing something wrong.
So did it wake you up thinking I need to work harder?
Yeah, for real, like literally like that, literally like that. So it's not like I'm a workaholic or anything. I like to relax. Trust me, I like to I procrastinate in that. Yeah. But when I feel like that, like it's game on. Like I need to I feel like I must have done something wrong. You know what I mean? So
because sometimes people find themselves surrounded with people they're not doing that great, just to make themselves look like or feel like they're doing great. Do you get what I mean? If you surround yourself, people not doing better than you.
No, because then I'll also feel insecure if I feel like I'm not doing great and I'm around greatness.
Yeah.
I just feel like being around greatness allows me to propel myself, because I'm like, yo, this is like they're pushing the bar here, so I need to push it further.
Absolutely.
And they'll feel the same, and then we just motivate each other for sure. I think that's the best way.
No, absolutely, I agree with you. You know, it's and that's how it should be. Because if you don't, you know, like they say, you tell me your friend, I'll tell you who you are. It's very important to surround yourself with those people. Yeah. Because where you gonna go? Yeah. You know. Yeah. It's brilliant. You know. It's.